What's up everyone, it's Adam from Life of Adam, came back with a brand new video. And today's video, I'm gonna be talking about how I learned how to swim and giving you guys the 3 main tips that you need to know so that you can go from a beginner swimmer to someone who's very comfortable in the water to being a great swimmer, so you learn this for the rest of your life and you have a life skill that's very fun and enjoyable. Now, I'm someone who basically was self-taught and I eventually became a lifeguard and then a head lifeguard, so my tips can go a long way if you listen up and you do it in this order. Now, when it comes to learning how to swim, the first and the most important thing before anything is number 1, which is comfort. You need to become comfortable in the water. Now, this starts as soon as you get into the water. So envision you're at a pool and you're in the shallow end. So let's say this is the pool, right? Here are the steps. Getting comfortable in the water is gonna be in this area right here. It's all gonna be in the shallow end. When you walk down the stairs, can you put your face in the water without feeling weird? Can you put your nose in the water while feeling comfortable? It's all about getting your face in the water. It's all about standing up, going down to your waist, feeling what it's like to get water in your ears, feeling what it's like to open your eyes underwater. This is before you do any type of like swim stroke or kicks. Just walk down the steps, hold your breath and dunk your head. This is like very basic, but I'm telling you, it goes a long way because when you start to learn all the techniques, you wanna know what everything feels like so you're not caught off guard and you're not afraid. So if we were gonna compare this to a swim class, this would be like levels 1 and 2, where really the main goal is just to get you in the water, dunking your head, and then feeling what it's like to float. There's a front float, which is on your stomach, and there's a back float, which is on your back. And if you're someone who just tries to float and like you can stand up if you feel uncomfortable or if you start to fall, whatever it is, you're in the shallow end, so it doesn't really matter. Just see what it's like to float on your back and float on your front and just play around in the water until you're comfortable. So that's tip number 1. Now, tip number 2 is gonna be all about the basics, okay? The basics are divided up into 2 things. There is the top half, and then there's the bottom half. And what I mean by top and bottom is that whatever swim stroke you do, your arms and your upper body are gonna do something, and your lower body and your legs are gonna be doing something. So it's kicks and it's arms. So when you're learning how to swim, once you're comfortable and you know how to float and you feel good and you don't care if water gets in your nose or if water gets in your eyes, whatever it is, then you can start incorporating the top half, which is arms that go through the water, which is arms that push the water to your sides and then fold in your front. The 2 main basic strokes are front crawl or freestyle, or breaststroke, which people kind of know as like the frog kick and you kind of move your arms like this. Those are the 2 main strokes. Now, a lot of beginner swimmers, they do a thing called a doggy paddle, and that's mainly because they're not super comfortable lifting your arms completely out of the water. And what you're doing with your legs is you're doing like flutter kicks, which is basically like your rapid fire kicking. So basically the whole second section is break it up by top and bottom. Get the arm motions down and then get the kicks down. And when you combine the 2, once you're really good at kicking rapid fire, doing flutter kicks, and then you start to feel comfortable lifting your arms out of the water, you put the 2 together and then you have a basic swim stroke, and you combine that with the fact that you're already comfortable in the water. That's where you become like a level 3 to an early level 4 swimmer if this was a swim class. So these are the main 2 elements to start swimming. Now, number 3, and this is a very important point, if you want to get to the next level, once you're doing these 2 relatively well or intermediately, right? The next word is refine. Now, once you get the hang of the basics, there's always ways to improve to get to that next level. So if you're someone who wants to swim fast, or if you're someone who wants to swim long distances, and if you're someone who wants to do the right technique, you want to refine the technical aspect of your swimming strokes. So that could be, for example, when you're doing front crawl, it could be how you breathe. Instead of just lifting your head up and then just kind of waiting for a second and then putting your head back in, there's a thing called rotary breathing, where you get into a tempo and you turn your head to the side and it's consistent with your arm motions and you're never really stopping. You're kind of going with your arms, your kicks are constantly going. So that's how swimmers, when they do competitive swimming or if they're swimming recreationally and they're doing laps, that's how they swim, because they're taking into account the technical details and they're refining their skills. So another example of this could be when you're doing something like backstroke, where if you just have your arms and you're kind of slapping them behind you, is kind of putting your hands like this and then rotating your palms away as you bring them over your head. So these small details will start to become important once you understand the basics. So really, this is a perfect example of levels 1 through 2 is comfort, 3 through 4 is the understanding the basics, and then 5 through 6 is refining your skills and getting the technical stuff down so you're very fast and you can do it for a long time. Now, I used to teach swim lessons and that's why I know about the swim levels, but really this is a perfect representation, a perfect overview of how to swim. So definitely save this video and come back to it to remind yourself of these important tips. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe to show your support to the channel. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks so much. Peace out.